including the euro and the pound as well as dollars. So this is great. This means that we can finally pay in our local currency as well for the most part. So yeah, if you do want to join my Patreon, now is a great time. It is $1, $2, $3 or the equivalent in pounds and euros for 4 extra ASMR videos a month. All of the money goes straight back into our channel for new equipment and things like that. I'm saving for a camera. Don't feel bad if you don't want to join the Patreon. It really is up to you. I love you all equally. You are all amazing. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. So I am just gonna go at random answering these assumptions. So let's get started. Okay, so Crystal, hey Crystal, says you are nice to a fault. You always see the good in people, and sometimes that means you are vulnerable to be taken advantage of. And I guess this is kind of true. I am like overly nice sometimes, just I'm a bit awkward, and I'm like really polite. My parents, when I was growing up, they were like super strict with like manners and stuff, so I've grown up like super polite, and then that means I think sometimes I let people kind of walk over me. Like I've had friends in the past that have just kind of not been great, and I've never called them out because like I'm too polite and too nice. So I guess that assumption is kind of true. Okay, so Grace assumes that I go to a lot of parties. No, I have no life. Well, nobody's really going to parties right now because of the situation, but no, in general, not really. When I was younger, like a teenager, I kind of went to like house parties, I guess, but now, no, I'm not a party girl. Some of my best friends are like wild party girls, and like I very occasionally kind of go out with them, but yeah, no, not really. I like being at home in bed by 10 o'clock. So yeah. Okay, the next assumption is from Noon, and they assume that I have anxiety, and that's how ASMR has helped me. Yeah, I mean, I think most people suffer with anxiety from time to time. I wouldn't say I haven't been diagnosed with like an anxiety disorder, but yeah, I definitely do suffer with anxiety from time to time, and ASMR definitely helps me. There was a time a couple of years ago when I kind of just first really discovered ASMR, and I was really suffering probably the worst like bout of anxiety that I ever have, and that's when I kind of became addicted to ASMR because it helped me sleep so much. So yeah, I would say that is true. The next assumption is that I don't buy Guns N' Roses lover. Amazing. And they assume that I don't live alone, and that is correct. I don't live alone. I currently live with my boyfriend and my boyfriend's mum, and yeah, that is my living situation. My boyfriend and I did have our own apartment, but we left to save up some money for a house. So, did you hear that? That was crazy. That like the whole house shook. Next assumption is from Nisi or Nicey, and they ask, you started your channel because you wanted to earn money from it. Please don't hate me. I didn't mean it in a rude way. No, months before monetizing. No, I had no idea that I could potentially earn money from ASMR. I just started it because I was lonely. I've spoken about this before. I was kind of lonely, and I love ASMR, and I thought I'd give it a go, and now we're here. So yeah. Okay, the next assumption is from Janika Ayania. Sorry if I'm doing that wrong. And they ask, you are an only child? And I got this question quite a lot actually. No, I'm not an only child. I have one brother who is older than me by 3 years. So no, I'm not an only child. The next assumption is from Atiz is Life, and they ask, you like K-pop? And again, this question was asked quite a few times. I'll be completely honest, I've never listened to K-pop really, ever. So let me know some recommendations and I'll listen, because I've got a very wide music taste. Like, I like so many different things, so let me know. Okay, so the next assumption is from Barbara, and she asks, my assumption is that you're a good student. And yeah, I guess this is true. I've always taken school and education quite seriously. Well, when I was like a teenager, I guess I kind of I kind of fell out of love with education a bit, but I always tried hard. I never didn't try, I never didn't study. So yeah, I guess that is true, yeah. Okay. The next assumption is from Amy Claire, and Amy asks, you're a super sweet person and you love to go shopping. Well, the second part of that is definitely true. I love shopping, probably too much. And am I a super sweet person? I don't know. I don't know if I'd call myself sweet. I think I'm kind of annoying, to be honest. There we go. Okay, so the next one is from Samantha, and Samantha asks, my assumption is that you're in your 20s. I'm so sorry if that's offensive. Not at all. I am 21, so I am indeed in my 20s. The next assumption is from Phrase Days, and they ask, you're short, no offense. And I get this all the time. Maybe I have like a short looking face. I'm not sure. I'm 5'5". That's not short, that's very average. So yeah, I'm 5'5". The next assumption is by Ariana, and she asks, I think you're the kind of person that is always willing to help friends, but you dislike accepting help from others because you feel like you're burdening them. Wow, I feel like I feel seen. Yeah, 100%. My favourite thing in life is helping other people. In fact, I can probably be like too helpful. Like sometimes my friends and family kind of have to say, like, Libby, like, stop, like just like let it go, because I always want to try and help and like find a solution, but I cannot ask for help. I is like a personality trait at this point, which is pretty boring, but I love it. Scarlett, hey Scarlett, assumes, oh well, this isn't really an assumption, but what is your first kiss story? I love you and your channel so much. Thank you, Scarlett, and thank you for always commenting. You always leave such lovely comments and it fills my heart, so thank you. This isn't an assumption, but I will answer it anyway. Prepared to feel really embarrassed for me because my first kiss story is really sad. I was, I don't know, like 13 or 14, I think. It might have been 14. And yeah, no, I was 14, and I was at school, and one of my like male friends, when I saw him walk over to another girl in my class and just kiss her randomly at school, and then walk away, and we were all like, what's going on? And then he came up to me and just like kissed me and said, oh, it's National Kissing Day, bye. And I was like, there goes all of my fantasies about having a romantic Taylor Swift-esque first kiss. I was just kissed by a boy in my school. It was only a little peck, but it was National Kissing Day, and there you go. There's my first kiss story. Okay, the next assumption is by Matteo. You can sing. Not really. I'm not gonna be one of those people that says, oh my god, I can't sing, like, and then has an amazing voice. No, I can hold a tune. If I sang, no one would probably say, oh my god, she sounds horrific. But I definitely don't have like a beautiful singing voice. So yeah, kind of, I guess. The next assumption is from Brianna, and she asks, you're in college? I am. College, university, studying history. ASMR Alicia asks, you were really popular in high school. And I mean, it is hard because I grew up in a very kind of small town, so our school wasn't very big, so I mean, I guess like I was in the popular group, but I wouldn't say, I mean, I had a lot of friends just because I love people and I love making friends, but I wasn't like, there were like a few girls in my friendship group that were the popular girls, and I was friends with them, but I wasn't one of them, and I'm glad because they were really mean and ruined many people's high school experience, so there's the tea. I'm sure they're lovely now. Okay, the next assumption is by Supreme Sister, and they ask, do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do have a boyfriend. We've been together for 3 years, which is a long time. Okay, the next assumption is from Jess, and Jess asks, you're an only child and you're from a wealthy family. Both of those are incorrect. So I'm not an only child, and my family definitely like weren't wealthy. I mean, I'm very lucky. I'm so lucky for the upbringing that I have had, and so lucky that I've never had to kind of go without anything. A little side story is actually my dad is an orphan, so he doesn't know, he doesn't have any parents, and he was brought up in like state care his whole life, and it was awful. So many bad things happened, so because of his upbringing, he always wanted to make sure that me and my brother aside from your close family, do not know about your channel. This is kind of not true. I basically, everyone knows that I do ASMR. My family knows. My mum loves ASMR and watches it herself, so all of her friends know. Most of my friends know. Nothing to be ashamed of. ASMR is amazing. I know that some people do feel a bit embarrassed about liking ASMR. Don't be. The more we talk about it, the more mainstream it will get, and the more, attention is paid in terms of scientific research and things like that. So, long story short, no, that is not true. Okay, the next assumption is from Hannah, and she assumes that I wish I had a lot more subscribers, and this is kind of not true. I know this is going to be kind of controversial, but things were almost kind of easier for me and like my content before I had a lot of subscribers. I mean, I'm not saying that I've got like millions of subscribers. When I'm filming this, I've got like 28,000, which is so many to me. I know it's still relatively small in terms of the YouTube world, but honestly guys, I never thought I'd have 100 subscribers. I'm happy with our community the way it is. Of course, I'm so grateful when I get more and more subscribers, because it means that more and more people actually like my content. I do get anxious sometimes that my content isn't very good, so that's a tricky one. I guess it's half true and half not true. So yeah. The next assumption is from Esther, and she assumes that I hate smoking and drinking. Kind of true. I really don't like smoking. No judgment for if you do smoke. Loads of people in my life smoke. I know it's very difficult to quit. And drinking, I mean, I love a glass of wine and a cocktail every so often, but I don't drink a lot. I can't really drink a lot. I can't really handle it. So yeah. The next assumption is from Robo999, and they assume that I'm a cannabis lover. No. Again, no judgment if you do like it, but absolutely not for me. Okay guys, I had to take down my hair because it was starting to look really crazy and I couldn't cope with it anymore. It's super hot in my bedroom, so I'm gonna only answer a few more. So the next assumption is from Percy, and they assume that I am bisexual. I guess the short answer to that is I identify as heterosexual. I've only been in relationships with men, and I've only really been attracted to men. But I saw this thing on like Instagram saying hetero flexible, and I thought that was really cool, because I do think women are conditioning.